Good morning and welcome to PV Legal's daily newsletter. Can a government servant be kept under prosecution for 25 years on charges that never once specify what he actually did wrong? The Supreme Court of India answered that question definitively on 18th May 2026. And the answer is no. The case is Susantha Kumar Dale vs State of Odisha Vigilance, decided by a bench of Justice Pankaj Mithal and Justice Prasanna B. Varle. The dispute arose from a forest range officer in Odisha who was charged in connection with an alleged timber scam, a case that first saw an FIR in the year 2001. Here is what happened. A private firm, Messrs Keshri Traders, was appointed by the Odisha Forest Development Corporation as a raw materials procurer to salvage vine-fallen timber from the forests of Jaipore division. The firm was authorized only to collect naturally fallen trees. But joint verification by Odisha's vigilance organization revealed that over 371 cubic meters of live green trees had allegedly been felled illegally and transported to Andhra Pradesh, causing a loss of over 41 lakh rupees to the state exchequer. An FIR was lodged in 2001. The appellant, a forest range officer at Kalimela Range, was roped in as one of the accused along with OFDC officials and the private firm. A charge sheet followed in 2007. His application for discharge was rejected by the special judge in 2022 and again by the High Court of Odisha in 2023. He then came before the Supreme Court. 3 questions were before the court. First, did the FIR and charge sheet contain any specific allegation? Second, when 2 Indian Forest Service officers of higher administrative rank had already been discharged, could this accused be treated differently? And third, was the High Court's approach of deferring every legal question to trial legally correct? The court examined Section 227 of the Code of Criminal Procedure and the law as settled in State of Haryana vs Bhajan Lal and Neelu Chopra vs Bharti. The Supreme Court found that the allegations were entirely omnibus in nature. The FIR and the charge sheet implicated all accused collectively. The court applied the Bhajan Lal framework and held that this case fell squarely within the first category where allegations do not make out a case. Relying on Neelu Chopra, the court reiterated that a complaint must state the particular role of each individual accused. Broad allegations are not enough. On parity, the court invoked Article 14 of the Constitution itself, holding that continuing proceedings against one accused alone is arbitrary and unconstitutional. The court also drew from Yogesh vs State of Maharashtra to hold that no grave suspicion had been met. The appeal was allowed and the accused was discharged. The takeaway for practitioners is clear. At the discharge stage, courts must assess individual culpability, not collective suspicion. A charge sheet that lists an accused as part of a group, without attributing a specific act, will not survive Section 227 scrutiny. And when co-accused in stronger positions have been discharged, parity is not merely an equitable argument, it is a constitutional one under Article 14. For the full legal analysis, visit pvlegal.in or subscribe to PV Legal's daily newsletter. This is your host, signing off for PV Legal's daily newsletter. Stay informed, stay vigilant.